Hello everyone. So in my last video, I was using AI in order to find a job, and but as I mentioned, I'm not looking for a job, and so it was a bit fictional, if you will. Although I did go through the steps, and hopefully you found it useful. But here I wanted to show something that I actually used AI for, that I use Perplexity for. Perplexity is the AI I usually use, but you could do the same with ChatGPT or your AI program of choice. And so I just wanted to show you how I basically created business out of nothing. And I'll try to keep it quick. And if you want more details, you can always ask about it. What happened was I basically had these airline miles for Korea that I wanted to use up before the end of the year. I wanted to go with my family, but that didn't work out. So then I thought, well, let's see if I can get some business from it and actually make it, worth something. And so this is literally what I typed in. Find a week in November, December for me to go to Korea. Base this on events going in and around Seoul that might be of interest to LT. So, okay, let's step back a second. How does it know what LT is? I have what are called spaces in Perplexity. They're called projects in ChatGPT, and they have different names, but you can set up your own here. So if you click on the instructions, I wrote down some instructions. Develop a marketing plan to acquire new clients for Lugano Translations, or LT. Write the main objective and what it does, the strategy overview that I want to follow, and other things that I can do, other requirements, other issues, stuff like that. And so it has all of this as background. And so under this project, this space, they call it, I asked that question. So let's go back here. It said, find a week in November, December for me to go to Korea, based this on events going in and around Seoul that might be of interest. And so it says recommended week, November 26th to December 6th. I guess that's more like 10 days or something. But anyway, has week 1, these events going on, SI Premium, AIoT, Tokyo International Gift Show. Week 2, this and that going on. And then it has some explanation and all that. Then I ask it, find websites for each of these exhibitions. And I literally copied and pasted the ones that it said. SI Premium, AIoT, Tokyo International Gift Show, etc. And it came up with a website. So I can do my own research as well, and I can look into it. I don't want to rely solely on AI. Like I mentioned many times before, look at AI as your really overeager intern. But since it's an intern, I need to look over stuff as well. And it came up with this, and so I was able to look into it. So what are the next steps here? Well, I have customer profiles that I created for Lugano Translations. So I wrote down, based on my customer profiles, which are attached to the source, rank the events below in order of importance. Once again, I just copied and pasted the events that it had given me, the same ones, and it ranked them. Number 1, the SI Premium. Number 2, Tokyo International Gift Show. Number 3, Softwave. Number 4, AIoT, etc., etc. And the reason I wanted to do this was to see which dates I should go. Right? And I saw that the number 1 and 2 were on this November 26th to 28th. Number 3 wasn't, but number 4 was again. So I wrote here, okay, I will attend week 1. Can you find information on the companies exhibiting in the 3 events that week? Are they listed yet? And so it kind of told me what we know and what we don't know, confirmed likely exhibitors, but it didn't give me that much information. But it did tell me how to access the complete exhibitor list for each one. And then said to request VIP credentials and stuff like that. And so what was my next step here? I decided to take this website. I said, how many companies are listed here is a quick way to gather all their details. And it says, unfortunately, the attached file contains footer information from the web page. And in essence, it wasn't able to extract the details. And it said, ask them directly. But I thought there might be a better way, because I noticed that the website itself actually listed everyone. So I could click on each one of these websites and find their contact details. But guess what? I wanted to make that even quicker, because as you can see, this would take a long time. There are many different companies listed. So what I did was I took this screenshot and I said, these companies are attending the AIoT Korea exhibition that I will be attending. Can you figure out their contact email or contact pages so I can send them an introductory email prior to attending? And that's exactly what it did. It did all that. And I was like, great, can you do the same for these companies? Once again, either contact email or contact pages. And I sent, I scrolled down and did the next group and just did another screenshot of that. And then I did this over and over. Do the same for these. And I have these. and again, do the same for these, and have these, and et cetera, et cetera. Same for these and all these, and it gave me a long list. And thanks to this, I was able to compile a list and basically just copy and paste what it gave me and put it on Excel. And here's the Excel sheet. I basically copied and pasted it here and was able to get the email addresses to email each and every one of them. And I won't go too much into detail. Obviously, I did use it. The red ones are the ones that either didn't have an email address or, there was no way to contact them even through the website. I just marked the ones that, I sent something to and wasn't able to send anything to. And I did use AI to help out with the email as well. I won't go into all that because here I just wanted to show this part, which in essence, so at this point, by the way, I had not signed up for any of these exhibits or anything. But at this point I did. I went to those websites that it gave me. So I went here, Sourcing Fair, then IoT Korea, and I signed up as a visiting company. Usually when you sign up, not as an exhibitor, but as a visitor or buyer, then you can sign up for free. And so I did sign up for free and I was able to attend these 2 events. I can get into more detail again for the emails that I sent and stuff like that. But for now, suffice it to say that I had personal meetings with 4 companies there. I met up with some other ones just kind of passing by. And we'll see how it goes. This is ongoing, and so it'll be very interesting to see how it continues. But this is a way in which I've been using AI in order to find business opportunities for nothing. I mean, from nothing, just out of nothing. And now, obviously, all of this work I could have done it myself. It would have taken a long time, though, and I'm not sure I would have been able to find out all the exhibits going on and everything like that. And so this was definitely a good help. So what does this mean for you? Well, you as an entrepreneur, as a freelancer, and whatever you're looking for, you can do something similar. You can just ask your AI of choice, the Perplexity, Claude, ChatGPT, what have you, about any events that are happening in your city, in your area, or in an area you're going to be in, and see if there's anything of interest, and basically follow along the same steps that I did to see if you can find out what's going on, find out if you can see who's exhibiting ahead of time, and get their contact details so you can email them ahead of time. I find that's very important to let them know you're going to be there in case they want to meet up. And even if they don't want to meet up, at least they know you're arriving there. So when you do finally meet them, they can say, "Oh yeah, we received an email from you," something like that. And then see what happens. As I mentioned, for most of these events, in my experience, they're free to attend because they have the exhibitors pay. But then they want as many attendees as possible for these exhibitors. Sometimes if you show up at the door, you have to pay, but as long as you register in advance, it's usually free. That's my experience. Not all the time, but most of the time. That's been my experience. That's pretty much it, and it's ongoing. I can keep you updated with how it goes, and I'm happy to provide more details as to what I did and how I tweaked what it gave me, et cetera, et cetera. But I kind of broadly wanted to show you how I was able to do this in order to find some events and find some potential clients in a completely different country, all thanks to AI. If you find this useful and want to know more about how to use AI to help out with your business and with your entrepreneurship journey or freelancing journey or what have you, then don't forget to subscribe because that's what we're going to be talking about here. All right, thanks. Bye.
Everyone's using AI, but don't panic. Here's what I learned. AI won't replace you. It amplifies you. AI is your eager intern. For job searches, resume writing, and much, much more. AI for professionals and entrepreneurs shows you how. 71% of employers now prefer AI experience. Get prompts, templates, and workflows. Work with AI, not against it. Available now on Amazon. Stop panicking. Start thriving.